I get it. You've heard the term AI agents at least 50 times in the last month alone. It is plastered across headlines. It is flooding your LinkedIn feed, dominating YouTube, and sparking heated debates everywhere you look. And let me guess, you're sick of the noise. You're sick of the tech jargon. You're sick of the fear-mongering and vague definitions, which actually leave you more confused than when you began. And here's the thing. I have built dozens of AI agents in the last 2 years to help me run my 36-person digital marketing agency. They've transformed our whole operation from marketing to sales to operations, and can even sometimes become stand-in C-suite members when we need them to be. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the clearest definition of AI agents that you've ever heard. No fluff, no fear-mongering, just practical insights that you can use to understand what AI agents are and what they aren't, see how they're already transforming businesses, and see how you can use AI agents to benefit yourself and even make a lot of money from selling them. By the end of this video, you'll be able to confidently discuss AI agents with anyone, spot the opportunities that others are missing, and position yourself ahead of the curve instead of behind it. So let's begin. To give you the clearest possible understanding of AI agents, we're going to build up your AI knowledge in 3 simple levels. We are first going to start with LLMs such as ChatGPT and Claude. We're then going to go into AI workflows which integrate different tools with LLMs. And we're finally going to go into AI agents and what makes them so powerful and so different compared to other forms of AI. So you are likely very familiar with LLMs such as ChatGPT, Claude, and Google Gemini. As we've already discussed on this channel, LLMs can be explained as follows. An LLM is a deep learning algorithm trained on an incomprehensibly large amount of text to be able to spot statistical patterns and predict the next word in any body of text. We essentially have an algorithm with billions of parameters inside, which you can think of as adjustable dials. We give the algorithm examples of text during training and ask it to guess the next word. When it gets the word wrong, we go back to the beginning and ask it to guess again. It guesses until it gets the word right, at which point the dial is adjusted to get that question correct in future. For example, we ask the LLM, Michael Jordan played the sport of, it says tennis. We say, nope, go back to the beginning. Michael Jordan played the sport of football. Nope, go back to the beginning. Finally, the LLM eventually says Michael Jordan played the sport of basketball. It adjusts the dial and it will not get that wrong again. We then follow this process not just millions but billions of times until the machine can approximate fluency and language generation. I'm sorry if I've taken some of the fun out of LLMs by showing you that they're not actually artificial human brains. They are essentially a very sophisticated deep learning algorithm that is just predicting the next word in any body of text. Still unbelievably impressive, still a massive achievement for the human race, but it's good to know what these are and what they aren't. As you may well know, LLMs have 2 major limitations, which is that they're reactive, they can only respond when a human being prompts them, and they have limited context and knowledge. They can't connect to all of your other tools like your calendar, your Slack, and all of these things just by themselves. We need other tools in order to be able to do that. So they are reactive and they lack context. This essentially means that if I ask ChatGPT when my next meeting is, it cannot respond because it doesn't know, it doesn't have access to my calendar. This is where most people's understanding of AI ends, but you and I, for the purposes of this video, are just beginning. The next level is connecting LLMs to other tools and services through what we call AI workflows. AI workflows essentially allow language models to connect to external tools and data sources. We have a human input, which goes to the LLM, which goes to the external tools, which then goes to the output. For instance, if I ask, when is my next meeting with client X, the workflow can check my Google Calendar, find the information, and return that to me. At my agency, we use AI workflows every single day, as you guys would have seen in my last video. These can be done for tasks like summarizing everything that happened that day in Slack so we can see what's going on with our clients. It collects messages from Slack channels, formats them for analysis, sends them to Claude LLM for summarization, and delivers the summary to a designated channel so my business partner and I can see everything that went on in Slack that day and do not miss a beat. Now, impressive as these workflows are, they also have a key limitation, which I'm sure some of you can already see. AI workflows follow predefined paths set by humans. Even if they have 20 steps or more, they can only do exactly what they're programmed to do. They don't make decisions or adapt on their own. This means that if something unexpected happens, such as a workflow breaking or producing poor results, a human being needs to go in and fix it. The human being is ultimately the decision maker and the manager of the workflow. This neatly brings us into the most powerful level, which is AI agents and what those are. What makes an AI agent different to a workflow? Well, there's just one crucial thing. An AI agent replaces the human being as the decision maker. Let me repeat that because it is so important. An AI agent takes over the human intervention, which normally needs to go into that decision-making process. It is the decision maker within the flow. Let's look at our lead qualifier agent from my last YouTube video as an example. Instead of just following a rigid workflow, this agent reasons, it identifies which upcoming meetings or sales calls that need preparation, it acts, which is that it then decides what information is most relevant from LinkedIn, the prospect's website, and Crunchbase. It then adapts. If it can't find information one way, it tries alternative approaches, and it learns. It improves its summaries based on what our sales team finds most useful from the blurbs that it outputs. This framework of reason to act to learn is basically what separates AI agents from workflows. By the way, if you guys ever see the React framework online as it pertains to AI agent, it just means reason, act, and learn. So it's not that spooky ultimately. This is the process that all of these agents pretty much follow. But yes, this is of course pretty cool and pretty groundbreaking in the whole world of AI. I mean, when you think about it, in anything that a human being does within a decision-making process or within any complex task that they need to do, they must reason, act, and learn. That is ultimately what makes us human beings in some respect from a consciousness level. If we go back to the lead qualifier agent, it's going through this framework. The reasoning is, how can I qualify this lead and give the best preparatory blurb to the sales rep possible? Act is then, what tools will I use? Their website, Crunchbase, Apollo, LinkedIn. How will I compile and power rank all of the data? And learn is that, well, the LLM critiques the output over time. So as we can see here from the comparison on screen, workflows follow fixed paths, they need human fixes, and they execute steps blindly. Agents make decisions, solve problems autonomously, and improve over time. Just like we did with the other AI systems of LLMs and workflows, I want to get really clear with you guys right now on what AI agents can and can't do. So AI agents can access multiple systems and tools, make decisions based on real-time data, complete complex multi-step tasks, work 24/7 without breaks, and improve their performance over time. However, AI agents cannot develop consciousness or self-awareness, understand nuanced human emotions, make ethical judgments without guidance, adapt to completely novel situations without training, or replace human creativity and strategic thinking. I want you guys to really zone in on these last two here, the ability to adapt to novel situations and be creative. These are two things that really are what make us human beings. These are things that we're not going to be able to train AI to do in the near future, and in my opinion, almost ever. The kind of contextual inputs that we have that an LLM doesn't have, they just have text input, written text input. What we have as human beings, we can get written text input, but we have our vision for sights and colors and shapes around us. We have our hearing, we have our taste, our smell, our touch. We have our own ability for reasoning. The human brain did not just evolve for language. LLMs were only built for language. In my video that goes through how LLMs work with no technical jargon, I go deep on the differences between LLMs, AI, and human brains, and how we can harness AI tools to achieve outcomes with them that we wouldn't be able to achieve by ourselves. In the 21st century, you need to be cultivating these two things at the bottom of the screen, and with the AI tools around you, you'll be able to achieve outcomes you never thought possible if you cultivate these two things. As an aside, I would like all of you guys after this video to go to a website called highagency.com. It's written by a guy called George Mack, who is incredibly clever, and I think if you cultivate the skill and the trait of high agency within yourself as you deeply embed yourself with these AI tools and learn to use them properly, you will have a pretty incredible go at life this century. But bringing it back to what AI agents can and can't do. Now, after we've gone through what AI agents can and can't do, I can give you guys a succinct sentence to try and package this stuff in your head. AI agents aren't sentient beings with desires and ambitions like a human being is. They're sophisticated tools which can automate complex decision-making processes within very specific narrow domains. I want to emphasize that, within very specific narrow domains. Take that definition and now look at a human being and realize the massive difference between the two. Even our AI CFO agent from the last video, which I've trained on all of our financial data to be able to give us updates in real time, isn't making subjective judgments. It's applying patterns learned from historical data to new information. It is not abstractly thinking the way that a human being could to give proper advice. I am firmly on team human, as you guys can see from this YouTube channel, and I really want people to not be afraid of these technologies and to embrace them and realize the difference between a human brain and between these AI tools. As we go on, I'm going to show you guys some more real world examples of AI agents. Of course, you can look at my last YouTube video if you want to see 5 AI systems that we've built to help us run our multi-7-figure business. But some of these examples that you might encounter outside of that would be autonomous research agents. You can give them a complex question, they'll search the web, read documents, compile information, and create a comprehensive report without further input. You could even have customer service agents, which are kind of blowing up right now in the e-commerce space. These can handle entire support conversations, look up order information, and even process returns or book appointments. And one of my favorites, which I showed you guys in the last video, is a creative assistant. I of course showed you guys a copywriting agent. These can generate, refine, and iterate on content based on feedback and brand guidelines. These are also becoming all the rage right now and are something that's really helping a lot of businesses who advertise a lot on social media and make a lot of content themselves really scale their operations. The key takeaway here is that AI agents are extremely domain specific. They excel when focused on particular tasks and goals, not when trying to be general purpose assistants. To put everything in its proper context, let's see where AI agents fit in the broader AI landscape. We have LLMs, which are systems that interpret and generate with text like ChatGPT and Claude. We have AI workflows, which are basically LLMs connected to tools following predefined steps. We have AI agent systems that reason, act, and learn autonomously. We then have artificial general intelligence, which is a hypothetical system with human level intelligence across all domains. This doesn't exist yet, and I'm actually one of those people, perhaps I'll eat my words later, where I think that AGI can basically never be created, which I can go over in another video. What we're seeing in the market today is a rapid evolution from LLMs up to sophisticated agents. We are nowhere near AGI, as I said, but AI agents do represent a significant evolution in what's possible. If you want to start using AI agents today, you can look at my last YouTube video where I go over a number of systems that we've used to completely transform our multi-7-figure business. And finally, in the description of this video, you can join our school community where we'll give you a pack of free AI agent templates you can import into your favorite tools such as Lindy AI or Relevance. Before we wrap up, let's briefly talk about AI agents and where they're headed without any of the dystopian fear-mongering or the utopian hype. In the near future, we will see AI agents become more specialized for specific industries and use cases, better at handling complex multi-step tasks. We'll see them become more seamlessly integrated with existing softwares, and we'll see them become more accessible to non-technical users. Now, the question on everyone's minds, will AI agents replace certain jobs? The answer is yes, particularly roles that involve repetitive, predictable tasks and don't really involve complex decision-making or creativity. The most likely future isn't one where AI agents replace human beings entirely. It's one where the most successful professionals are those who know how to effectively collaborate with AI agents, focusing their human creativity and judgment on the parts of the work that machines can't do well. Think of it this way, AI agents aren't coming for your jobs, they're coming for your tasks. The question is if you'll be the person who knows how to use them to eliminate the mundane aspects of their job, or if you'll be left behind. So where should you go from here? Well, number one, start experimenting with simple AI agents using platforms like Relevance or Lindy AI. Identify repetitive tasks in your work or business that require decision making. And three, learn the business side of AI agents, how to identify valuable use cases and communicate their benefits. Remember, the goal isn't to become an AI expert overnight. It's to learn enough about these things so you can spot the opportunities that other people miss. If you want to dive deeper, you can check out my last YouTube video where I go over 5 AI systems that have completely transformed our agency. And you can join our school community in the description where we'll give you a free template pack of AI agents which you can start using today. Finally, AI agents aren't magic and they are also not monsters. They're tools, incredibly powerful tools, which are reshaping the way that work gets done. The question isn't whether or not they will impact your industry, because they will. The question is if you will be one of the people who understands how to harness their potential. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.